Hey guys, Rocky here. Thought I'd touch base with you guys again. Been a while. Been extremely busy. Haven't had a chance to do any more videos lately. Been taking care of some business, and still got to take care of a lot of business. Of course, this time of year, things get really crazy anyway. Shopping and all that. Still got a lot of that to do yet. I thought I would just leave you with one more video before I kind of step back away from it here for the holidays. Obviously, I'm not going to do too much over the next couple of weeks because I'm going to just be super busy with everything that's got to be done. So I thought I'd leave you with this small video here on what it's like to take out a 435 horsepower, 400 foot-pound torque Mustang with worn out summer Pirellis on it in the season that we have right now with the packed snow and ice that we have in most of the back streets, and we got a little bit of ice and frost and whatnot on the main streets as well. So if you want to take a car like this out, there's a few things that you got to do. The car by default has the Advanced Track, and the Advanced Track is designed in such a way that if you're outside and it's slippery, like it just going a back alley out here where we've got lots of packed snow, if you were to back out, try to pull out with the car, and even if it tries to spin the slightest little bit, it'll shut the throttle right down. You have no throttle response. You can basically I could basically pull out here in the alley and put the car in drive and shove the accelerator pedal all the way to the floor, and it won't do anything. It won't accelerate. It won't rev up. Won't do anything. It'll just cough, act like it's going to die, and that's it. Won't do anything till I ease up enough to the point where it can actually pull out without spinning. Now, to get it to pull out without spinning is quite difficult, even like I said with that Advanced Track on. Essentially what you have to do is you have to turn that Advanced Track off and drive the car the same way you would drive a normal rear-wheel drive car in the wintertime. Cars back in the day didn't have any Advanced Track on them, and you put snow tires on them. Of course, you get around all over the place with the rear-wheel drive car if you had any experience driving. And fortunately for me, I grew up with rear-wheel drive cars, no Advanced Track. They were all V8s. I didn't have any, and most of them were not four cylinders or 6 cylinders. They were all V8s, so they all had some substantial power and would spin out quite easy. A lot of times I didn't have snow tires. I'd have all-season tires, which if you got a good set of all-season tires and fairly new, they work well. Most of the time, the tires I had would have been used tires that I had gotten from a junkyard or something. Where I would ride my tires right down till they got to the wire because I couldn't afford to buy new tires. I always was making a trade or deal, or I get somebody who would give me some tires, or I'd be fortunate enough to find a couple of tires real cheap somewhere. Later, as I became a mechanic, I was able to scrounge around. If somebody put brand new tires on their car, a lot of times the tires that took off wouldn't be completely worn out. So a lot of times, as a mechanic, I was able to get tires that way. But I never ever had new tires; couldn't afford it. So I had to learn how to drive, with a rear-wheel drive car that way with a V8 engine in the snow. So fortunately, I had that experience. So the best thing for me to do is to go back to my roots with this car. Is I turned the Advanced Track off, completely off, so there's no traction control whatsoever. And there is an option to put the vehicle into a snow and wet mode. So with a combination of the two, I can actually get around with the car. Now, I wouldn't take the car any place where there's hills and stuff where I have to go uphill or downhill. I'd still be screwed. And that's because the two tires on the back are getting worn out pretty much. There's tread there, but there's not a lot of tread. Those tires are almost flat. Those tires are actually almost like a set of Mickey Thompson slicks, really. They got that type of rubber that's soft. And the treads are relatively deep on them when you first get them, but it's not an aggressive, knobby snow tire type tread. It's essentially just some very fine tread with 2 1/4-inch lines cut parallel each other around the circumference of the tire. So those tires are good for traction on dry roads, but there's no traction whatsoever on the ice and stuff like that in terms of the rubber being able to grip. They recommend that after you get down to, I think it's 0 degrees or just a little bit above 0 degrees, that you don't even take a car out with this type of tire on it, because these tires at that temperature become very unstable in terms of grip. They just don't have any. So I'm going to show you real quick inside the car how I would set the settings on this car. Now, this won't be of much interest to anybody that doesn't have a Mustang. There may be some folks out there that have these Mustangs that are quite fully aware of how to set the things up. And I'll show that, and the guys out there that have Mustangs, that maybe this will be useful for them if they don't know how to do it. And for the rest of you, maybe it's just something of interest. So I'm going to step into the car and I'm going to explain exactly what I did.